This is CBSSports.com. I'm Kevin Cork, and this is where we're always keeping an eye on college football. And in fact, we're also keeping an eye on high school football because we know that what happens there eventually brings you to the college gridiron. And to help us get ready for the latest in our recruiting updates, we welcome once again to the program Max Prep's national football editor, Steve Spiewak, to the program. Steve, I want to ask you about the recruiting trail and what happens with all these coaching changes at the college level. Listen, a kid says, oh, I think I want to go to, Auburn, or I want to go to Tennessee, and then they change coaches. That can have huge implications on the recruiting trail, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think certain recruits right now are in a holding pattern. Others have already started making moves, but from the college perspective, the teams with the top recruiting classes really are the ones with the most to lose. And in terms of teams looking for coaches right now, Auburn is trying to hold on to its top 10 recruiting class. They've already had some defections, but the crown jewel of that recruiting class is Reuben Foster, an inside linebacker, just a punishing physical specimen, has some of the best film in the senior class. He transferred to Auburn High School and then over the summer switched his commitment from Alabama to Auburn. And I think what will happen with him is he will stick with Auburn if Auburn retains assistant coaches Curtis Taylor and Coach Looper. So Coach Looper and Coach Taylor, I'm blanking on the first names, but they both have sons that play on Auburn High School with Reuben Foster. So he's developed a great rapport with those assistant coaches. And if they're on the next staff, I expect him to stick with Auburn. Now, there's another guy who's already left, Trey Johnson, a linebacker out of Georgia, 6'2", 220 pounds, another outstanding defensive player, 139 tackles and 3 sacks this year. He took an official visit to Ohio State recently, and his coach, Todd Woodford, told me he's also planning visits to the University of Florida on December 15th and USC on January 18th. Notre Dame was in the mix, but they've seemed to have fallen off. This is another guy that Auburn, it's tough to lose a guy like this, 4-star type of linebacker. It's going to be interesting to see where he lands, but I doubt Auburn will have any chance of keeping him. Seems like he's flirting mostly with Ohio State. I think USC is also a team to watch here, but this could be one of several key defections depending on who Auburn brings in, and if that's a sexy name to recruits and a guy who's going to generate some big-time buzz.
How about the Trojans? I know that every now and again they have just so much depth. I mean, they don't even have to go, quite frankly, Steve, out of the state of California to have fantastic classes. They do, though, on occasion reach out and they go over the Golden State borders. But there's a kid, Vanderdoes, I believe, that I'm not sure if he's still committed to SC or not, because I've been reading some of the trade mags and apparently that's not the case. By the way, really quickly, it was Curtis Looper I think you were referring to earlier. Tell me what's going on, though, with the Trojans.
Well, I think no one really knows if he's committed. I think Eddie Vanderdoes is technically still committed to USC, but in this day and age, Kevin, what does that even mean when he's
right.
taking official visits elsewhere and hosting schools like University of Washington and Notre Dame this past week? It'll be interesting to see if he sticks with the Trojans. They obviously took the resignation of Monty Kiffin, a defensive coach. I'm not sure that will greatly affect Eddie Vanderdoes' recruitment, but University of Washington has done a tremendous job recruiting California lately. Notre Dame is going to have tremendous momentum over the next 4 or 5 weeks just based on their success. And UCLA is a team to watch also. I'm not sure. I think it's too close to call if he's committed and if he signs with USC. I think Notre Dame is a sleeper. I think they see him kind of filling that Louis Nix type of void. He's a 6'3", 300-pound defensive tackle that I know Bob Diaco would love to have. But UCLA, with their momentum and their win over USC, I think is also going to be a major factor. And this is going to be a fun recruitment to watch if USC can hold on to him. But mentioned Monty Kiffin, an interesting effect with his resignation is USC's ability to recruit the Tampa Bay area. They were in the mix for major 5-star type of safety Leon McQuay from Armwood High School, and Monty Kiffin is very well respected in the Tampa Bay area because of his well-known Tampa 2 defense that he had such success with the Tampa Bay Bucks, and so losing him is going to hurt USC when it goes down to the Tampa Bay area.
Oh, that's a huge loss, too, because you have to have, as we were just pointing out, it's great to be able to recruit in the Golden State, but listen, this is a national brand. You have to be able to recruit the most fertile of states as far as high school talent is concerned, and arguably you could say that's the state of Florida, and so you don't want to lose that connection, especially over there on Tampa on the West Coast. Good stuff as always. Steve Spiewak joining us once again from Max Preps. He is a terrific national football editor getting us ready with our recruiting update here at CBSSports.com. Thank you, my friend. And a reminder, everybody, don't forget we are very busy online. We want you to stay connected with us here at CBSSports.com and follow us on College Football 360. We're on Twitter. You can follow us there at IOnCFB. And we have a great Facebook page, too. It's Facebook.com/IOnCollegeFootball.